Threads had more than 30 million signups and 95 million posts in its first 24 hours. It reached the top free apps on the App Store. There are still a lot of features missing from the app, such as DMs or a reverse chronological following feed. The app is also missing a planned integration with the decentralized activity pub protocol. Apple is inventing a whole new stereo system for the Apple Car. The company recently filed 5 patent applications about audio in the car. It uses the phrase, enclosed environment, as a euphemism for the car, but the way the term is used strongly suggests that it can't refer to anything else but a vehicle. This article provides an overview of the 5 patents along with images from the applications. Code Interpreter lets ChatGPT run code to analyze data, create charts, edit files, perform math, and more. India will launch the Chandrayaan-3 mission on July 14, almost 4 years after the crash of its previous iteration. The mission involves sending a lander, propulsion module, and rover to the lunar surface to conduct on-site scientific experiments. It should land on the Moon in August. If successful, India will be the 4th country in the world to achieve a soft landing on the Moon. A new type of gel allows 3D printers to print heat-sensitive electronics. It enables the 3D printing of metal objects at room temperature. The gel temporarily turns a metal alloy into a liquid metal state. It becomes rigid and highly electrically conductive after it is left to dry. It can create objects that can change shape in a predictable fashion if heat is applied while it is drying, allowing for the production of items with complex 3D shapes that are easier to print as a flat pattern. Google is sticking with Samsung for next year's Tensor chip design and manufacturing, but it has been replacing Samsung components with its own IP every generation. Twitter has accused Meta of poaching former employees to create threads. It is threatening to sue Meta to enforce its intellectual property rights. Twitter's lawyers allege that Meta hired and assigned former Twitter employees to develop threads with the specific intent that they use Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property to accelerate development. A Meta spokesperson responded by saying that Twitter's accusations are baseless as no one on the Threads engineering team is a former Twitter employee. All paying OpenAI API customers now have access to GPT-4. The GPT 3.5 Turbo, DALL-E, and Whisper APIs are also now generally available. Models using the Completions API are set to be deprecated in favor of models using the Chat Completions API, which often provides better results. Older embeddings models will also soon be deprecated as the current recommended model, Text Embedding ADA 002, accounts for 99.9% of all embedding API usage. The Edits API will be deprecated in January. Details about which exact models will be deprecated are available in the article. TySON, TypeScript Object Notation, is an embeddable configuration language that generates JSON. It can create JSON with comments, types, and basic logic using TypeScript syntax. The project aims to make it possible for all major programming languages to read configuration written in TypeScript using native libraries. The well-known directory was intended to be a generic and extendable version of robots.txt. Some people really think that AI is a magical thing that can fix all their problems. This article gives an example of a company that is using AI to generate Jira tickets, code, and hour documents without any care about quality or security or checks for legality. The entire process has become a failed experiment that the company's engineers have had to clean up, but the company's decision-makers continue to push the technology to please the CEO. Examples of no-name companies acting like this serve as an indication of what the future might hold. TwinSpark is a declarative enhancement for HTML that transfers a lot of the common logic from JavaScript into a few declarative HTML attributes to allow developers to make interactive sites with little JavaScript and more manageable code. Threads profiles can be deactivated at any time, but deleting a Threads account requires deleting the linked Instagram account. This article features interviews with several developers about their views on how to keep up with the fast-paced changes of the tech world.